I'm Chris Jakimick, and I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. Throughout my military career, I spent the bulk of my career out in Las Vegas. It was the first job I had as I was protecting some sensitive resources out there at Nellis. I would deploy to Kuwait early on in my military career with a larger weaponry system to support Operation Southern Watch. And then from 2003 to 2006, I was part of the emerging drone mission for the United States Air Force and Department of Defense. We were fighting the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan from our backyard. You'd be in war for 12 hours of your shift, and then you'd drive home to your apartment here in Nevada. So psychologically, it was very odd. Like, you felt you were in the combat zone every day because you were seeing it on the screens and it was that important, but I don't know what it did to the human psyche at the time. Some things would kind of happen in my personal life after that would change a lot. When Adam joined the Marine Corps, it was a natural fit. Anybody who joins the military, especially after 9/11 happened, you're looking for that purpose. I think that's why he made the choice. It's like, let me go be a Marine. He was in between Fallujah and Ramadi during the heaviest parts of the fighting of the Iraq conflict. I mean, you hear guys like Jocko and everything talk about like the triangle of death. My brother was dead set in the middle of the triangle of death with a Marine unit. I think it changed him. Like, you look at everything across history, you read any of the books out there, war changes anybody that's been involved with it. Trauma or mass events like that changes anybody, and it really changed my brother. And I get that call. I get the text actually from my stepmom. It's like, you need to call me as soon as possible. Something's wrong with Adam. All right. Didn't think anything of it. And I'm about to pull off the highway to go celebrate and have some pizza with my classmates. And she's like, Adam's dead. Adam's dead. He had died by suicide that day. 25th of July, 2017. And it changed my world forever.
I think that was the first time I saw or heard someone broken through the phone. There was a time where I was concerned that he wasn't going to make it. There were times I thought, we're going to have to camp out outside of his house, or we might get that phone call. Are we ready for that phone call?
I couldn't catch a break. A fellow first sergeant I served with, he had died by suicide. On the day of my buddy's funeral, I'm going through social media, and I see this, what appears to be a manifesto from one of my old airmen. My first thought was like, today's not going to be a good day. And sadly, my hunch was right. He had killed his own family and taken his own life on the day of my buddy's funeral. It was just compounding trauma after trauma after trauma. I cracked. I fell hard with alcohol. That was rock bottom. I first heard about Mission 22 just by like surfing the internet and looking on there and seeing some of the programs that they had available. I was like, something seems right about this. To be in a program like the R&R program with them and the innovative things that they're putting together, I have not seen in any other veteran nonprofit. It's putting all this stuff together to heal in the most effective way possible. They're making you do a lot of the hard work through reading, through audiobooks, through physical fitness, through nutrition, open discussion, critical thinking, neuroplasticity and cognitive feedback to where you're developing the brain more. It's given me a chance to regain my life. Cycling's been a big part of my recovery. Is around the time I retired, a little over a year ago, I set forth as like, let me set this goal to ride 2,020 miles in 2020 for another veteran nonprofit that supports Gold Star families and those lost either to accident or to suicide. Every time I got on that bike, I was like, you know what? There's a name, there's a dash that I'm gonna honor today. Not the dates on the gravestone. Is like, I'm gonna honor that life. So it gave me purpose. And it just became like a release for me to where the pedals would spin and I would get out of my head for a little bit. physically I was starting to feel better. I could see the improvements, and I've tracked my data over the past year, and it's phenomenal on the growth that I've had on a bike.
He's just on a mission and is relentless about it. You know, every day he pushes it. From the loss of his brother and a number of different trauma that he had gone through in his life, it was absolutely critical for him to find something that he could sink his teeth into. I think he's taken the ball and run with it with Mission 22, especially the R&R, the recovery and resilience part. I think it makes him stronger in the person that he is today.
I don't know why I fell on the bike. It was just like, okay, it called to me, and then I kept going. So you know that scene from Forrest Gump where he just starts running one day and it ends up in Monument Valley in Utah? He's like, I'm tired, I think I'll go home now. I'm not tired yet. I'm not ready to throw the towel in like Forrest Gump did. I'm getting on that bike and I'm keeping on going because there's something about it. There's something about just getting out in nature, having that breeze in your face and seeing some of the beautiful landscape here in Las Vegas where it takes you away from the stressors and the challenges of the world for a little bit. And you can just appreciate the beauty that is out there and be in the moment. And then it got serious because the Air Force enrolled me in the Air Force Wounded Warrior program and it got transformed into Lo and Behold training. If I do this well, maybe I can go represent the Air Force. Maybe my grief and everything in my entire story can come to fruition because I can put the energy into something positive. If I made the team, I'd just be overwhelmed with emotion. I suffered a lot of my trauma because of my military service, but at the end, it's like, I gotta be grateful that I'm allowed to compete in this because there are others who didn't make it home or lost the war at home that's what it's about.
Oh my gosh, everybody. I am so excited. My heart's pumping. My hands are sweaty. Please welcome our very own director of the Air Force Wounded Warrior Program, Colonel Rich Obert. Over to you, sir.
Welcome, warriors and athletes. Today we're going to announce the 2021 Air Force Team for Warrior Games. The selection was difficult as there were many hardworking and deserving individuals, and the work and dedication was apparent by all. I know the suspense is killing you, so I'll turn it back over to Marcia. Good luck to each of you. Back to you, Marcia.
All right, thank you, sir.
Starting us out from Air Education and Training Command, Major Daniel, Lieutenant Dan Cariña.
Yes, yes, yes. Air Combat Command, out of Texas, Master Sergeant Nicole Nikki Volusia.
From Valdosta, Georgia, Technical Sergeant retired Antonio Del Vecchio.
From East Liberty, Ohio, Airman retired Pete Murphy.
Technical Sergeant retired Margie Hinkle.
And coming up next, former pole vaulter, that is very similar to Blaze Velarde, coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada, Master Sergeant retired Chris Jacksonek.
Warrior Games competitor back on the team, Staff Sergeant retired Joseph Alex Pate.
Whew.
What? He did
All right.
big things. Back in the day, he's gonna do big things. Coming to you from St. Henry.
Wow. We look at Mission 22 and we see all the shirts, we see all the flags out there. I don't think enough of the people understand how big the programs actually are and how that is actually in there. And like, I'm a benefactor from the donations of these private donors that are there to allow me to live life, to improve life for not only myself, but for friends, for fellow veterans, for my children, for my girlfriend, for my family, is to be that, to say, you know what? We can keep going at the end of the day. We can keep going no matter how hard it gets. No matter how difficult life becomes, we can keep going.
We have this value in the Air Force, this belief, a wingman concept. We're gonna take care of each other. We've got each other, and it gives us hope, right? And so if you have been knocked down, I say this a lot, by the baseball bat of life, right? You're on the ground. If you know that someone's got you, it's got your six, no matter what, that's gonna help you get back up again. And that's part of Mission 22, I think, for him. That connection, that human connection, that's what's gonna save us. Yeah, that's what saved him. He can be a light in darkness. No matter how dark that spiral is, to know that someone got back up again and navigated their way out, that they can get through it too, that they are not alone. Not for one moment of one day. That's what he could be. He could be a beacon of light.
Chatham grabs the checkered flag. He wins.
Back victories for Sam Bachman as he takes the win at the Port Royal Speedway.
Wins another one at the Knoxville Raceway. Blake Chapman wins.
A corner down here through the front straightaway. Watson gets the win here tonight.
Chad Greggs, a Knoxville Nationals champion. But to the checkered flag, Blake Christopherson, your winner at Lernerville. Here they come off of turn number 4. To the checkers, Templeton takes the win.
Through the back stretch into corners 3 and 4 out here. It's going to be Watson for the win.
The 56 wins. First time winner Randy Streets.
But your winner at Weedsport's going to be Brandon Templeton in the Salty Dog.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to the show. Special edition appreciation night for my good friend, Mr. Bill Calder. Bill's done a ton of stuff for the Coast to Coast Racing League. And if that's not enough, Bill also volunteered to jump in when I moved over from this Coast to Coast Racing League to Dirt Track Bank Friday Night Lights. Every Saturday morning after a Friday Night Lights race, I would get a message or shoot a message to Bill. And somewhere between 4 and 5 a.m. California time, and in no time, Bill would chip in and help us out. He'd take our podium shots and send those out to the various locations on Facebook. Bill's a super guy, and tonight is to celebrate all that he has done for not only the Coast to Coast Racing League, which is a ton, but I'm here to celebrate also to appreciate Bill for what he's done for me personally. Tonight we are street stock at Volusia, as you can see. We do have a little bit of a technical glitch. The cars were out on the track. You can see the timing tower up in the top left hand of your screen. Brandon Templeton, Scott Ryome, Steven Spies, Mike Vitale, Ty Dixon were your top 5 in practice. Apparently, this is a 100-lap feature race. There was only enough fuel in the cars to go about 45 laps, so not sure quite what they're gonna do. I'm kind of on standby. As the drivers' meeting just now kicked off, I got them in one ear. So it is going to be a 50-lap feature. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, listening to race control. So it's going to be a 50-lap feature. Reported in that they only had enough for 45. So this ought to be interesting. Tonight we're going to have qualifying. We're going to have 6-lap heat races. We're going to have, let's see, 23, 24, 27 cars. So we will have a consi. 24 going to the feature. 10-lap consi race, and then 50-lap instead of the advertised 100. Anthony Morano out on track, so we do have something to look at in that 32 FTM ride. Anthony, driver out of Florida. So it looks like we're getting ready to go 50 laps. Thank you all for tuning in. Again, this is not normal for Got Your Six Racing Network. However, in honor of Bill Calder, I would have showed up regardless to appreciate all that he has done for me personally. Anthony Morano shuts the 32 down. We're getting ready to advance to qualifying. That was the last car on the track as race control gives the final instructions to the drivers. Each night this week, Bill Calder Appreciation Night. Tonight is a special race. All the following nights will count towards driver points. There will be an extra long feature race in all of those races that start at 7 p.m. Eastern time, I guess. There is a payout at the end, and I don't have that chart in front of me. The points will be additive. At the end of the week, someone will collect, the top 3 will collect some cash. Have a strong feeling that may be donated. We'll catch up with the cars as they come out on the track. The session has advanced. As the sun has set in Florida, as you can see, the lights are on the track. Let's see who's first out. Looks like that 32 car. Anthony Morano is out on track. Scott Ryome in the 4 is on track. Ed Harris in the 28. Michael Vitale in the 213. Ty Dixon in that 67 ride. Gavin Shaw is on track. Our good friend from Oregon, Jeffrey Kemper, is on track. Matt Barber. Chad Lackey in the 51. Steven Spies in the 55. No one has put down a lap yet. We will give you the times, and there they are. Chad Lackey, 18:54 in the 51 on the track. Ty Dixon now 18:41 in the 67 ride. Michael Vitale in the 2:13. Times in second quick with an 18:49. That'll drop Lackey down. Gavin Shaw on the 7 ride, 18:50 for the 7. That'll move him up to P4. Mason Hine, 18:55, good enough for 5th place. Ty Dixon in the 67, still at the top. Randy Shreves in the 56, jumps up to P4 just for a second. That takes Steven Spees into 55 with an 18:51. Randy Shreves with an 18:52. That'll round out your top 5. Mason Hine still in the 55 on your screen, 89 on the track. Stephen Bixler in the 75 machine. Greg Boydell in the 014, 1895 for Boydell. Joe Canellis in the 1 ride. 1897 is the best he can do. The 007, that's James Bond, FTM out on track. We got a few more cars coming out on track. Sam Bachman out of Minnesota. Isaac Salas, our friend from North Dakota, 1846, puts the 5-car P2. Sam Bachman jumps up to 8 with an 1854, which matches Chad Lackey. Zach Chapman is with us. Shaggy TV on the track. 1902, good enough for 23rd quick. Now, look out. Top 3 for Shaggy TV. 1848 for Zach. That will be, we still have 3 cars that have not attempted a qualifying time. Waiting for Brandon Templeton, John Hine, and Armando Di Belgusa. Big shout out to a few of the veterans I know in the field. Michael Vitale in the 213. And we're going heat racing, ladies and gentlemen. As soon as the cars grid, 6 laps. Ty Dixon in the 67 will start on the inside of row number 1 with Gavin Shaw to his outside in the 7. Sam Bachman in the 007 will start on the inside of row number 2. And Clay Christopherson in that 51 FTM ride will start on the outside of row number 2. Jeff Kemper in the 181 will start on the inside of row number 3 with Joe Masso to his outside in the 17. And Bob Curtis will round out the field of 7 drivers. Got 6 laps to get it done. Top 4, I didn't look at the rules too closely, but typically the top 4 move on. Let's see if that is still not the case. Some good looking rides out there. Looks like the track slickened up a little bit. Kind of surprised. It is a good number of street stocks. Street stocks is not a typical class that is run on C2C, but nonetheless, here we are. Pace truck will exit this time by. Lights are off. We're getting ready. The initial start is on green. No cautions in heat races. As the pace truck finds his way to pit road, leaving the field to Ty Dixon. Green flag is out, ladies and gentlemen. We are underway. Ty Dixon in the 67 is going to go for the middle and slide up. Clay Christopherson in the 51 runs the middle, comes out in P2. Gavin Shaw in that 7. Sam Bachman running the middle of the track in the 007. Up front, Ty Dixon's about to have a mirror full of that 51 car. It's FTM driver Clay Christopherson. Both of those cars running the center in 3 and 4. Sam Bachman falls back 2 positions. The 7 car of Gavin Shaw able to gather everything back in, holds on to P3. Sam Bachman, if we do transfer 4, is in the final transfer position in the 007. Jeffrey Kemper trying to get up there and get it done. Lap 4 of 6. Ty Dixon on the point, starting to pull away from Clay Christopherson just a little bit. As we got 2 laps left to go. Now Gavin Shaw is on the bubble in the 7 car. Jeff Kemper trying to get a good run on the inside. Jeff Kemper wants his ticket to the big show. Jeff Kemper will go down a little bit low as the white flag comes out. 1 to go. Ty Dixon coming off of turn 2. 2 more corners to navigate for the 67. He'll run the middle. No pressure from Christopherson. Dickinson, Christopherson, Bachman, Shaw, your top 4. Moving on. Heat 2 now on the grid. It's our good friend Isaac Salas in that 5 car, driver out of North Dakota. He's got Steven Spees in the 13. To his outside. Mason Hine in the 55 in my book and 89 on the track. We'll start on the inside of row number 2 with Scott Ryome to his outside in the 4 machine. Anthony Morano in the 32 will roll off on the inside of row number 3 with Greg Boydell in the 014 to his outside. Again, 6 laps, top 4 moving on. We should have 4 heat races tonight. As Isaac Salas takes control of the field, watch Steven Spees on the outside. I haven't raced, started racing again with Coast to Coast Racing League in the last couple weeks. Back when I first got into Coast to Coast Racing League, that 55 car was the car to beat. Watch Steven Spees on the outside of road number 1. Big shout out to Scott Ryome, the FTM 4 machine, driver out of New York. Pace truck will exit next time by. Brandon Templeton did not make the grid. I think I've seen Isaac Salas in that 5 car drive everything except a street stock. So here we go. Surprised to see the 32 car that far back in the field. Have a feeling he won't stay there long. Same with Greg Boydell. A very strong 3rd row. Pace truck will exit. Isaac Salas looking for the green flag. Green flag is out. Ladies and gentlemen, 6 laps to get it done. Spees goes to the high side. A little bit of jump on the 5 car there. Isaac Salas is going to try to keep it down low. The 5 car gets a little sideways. He's going to lose space to the 55 car of Steven Spees. Anthony Morano I think that's, yeah, Anthony Morano riding the fence down low. Got Mason Hain to his outside. Hain moves up into a comfortable third. Morano's going to go down low once again. See how close he's getting to that fence. Not too bad in 1 and 2. He really cuts down. Oh, this is Mason Hain. My apologies. Scott Ryome jumps up into the 4th and final transfer position in that 4 car. Isaac Salas keeping pace with Steven Spies in the 55. Scott Ryome, now he's going to have a handful. Just Mason Hain to his outside in the 4. Will that open the door for Morano in the 32? Anthony Morano taking a peek. Isaac Salas tries the low line. 1 lap to go. Steven Spies in the 55 with a comfortable lead over Isaac Salas in the 5. 2 more corners to navigate for Steven. Coming off of turn 4, it's going to be Spies, Salas, Ryome, and I don't know if it's Hine or Hain. My apologies, sir. Anthony Morano, Greg Boydell round out your field in heat number 2. Shaggy TV's own Zach Chapman in the 720 will start on the pole of heat number 3. Randy Shreves in the 56 to his outside. Matt Barber in the 16 on the inside of row number 2. Driver out of Canada, Steven Bixler in the 75 will start on the outside of row number 2. Brandon Dittmer in the 83 on the inside of row number 3 with Joe Canellis to his outside. And another name I haven't heard in a long time, John Hine. Driver out of near the St. Louis area, if I remember correctly, will roll off at the tail end of the field. But it will be Shaggy TV's own Zach Chapman taking us to the green flag. Watch that 71 car coming from the back. Be interested to see how John Hine does here. Pace truck will exit next time by 6 laps. Top 4 moving on. Take a look at Zach Chapman in the Cool Rays number 720. Green flag is out. Ladies and gentlemen, we're underway. Randy Shreves with a little bit of jump on the outside. They're going to go 3. Whoa, little bit of contact. Chapman, Steve Bixler moves up to P2. He's up 2 positions early in the race. Got the Red Bull side by side, Bixler and Barber. As Randy Shreves tries to gather the 56 back up. John Hine with a good run. Underneath the 56, Brandon Dittmer right there with him. Move John Hine up to the final transfer positions. Brandon Dittmer wants it. Zach Chapman on the point in the 720. Like seeing this in his rearview mirror. Matt Barber with a great run in the middle of 3 and 4. Moves right up to the bumper of Zach Chapman. Chapman with a good run off of turn 2. John Hine, Brandon Dittmer. Now they're starting to pull away from the field a little bit. Randy Shreve, Steven Bixler battling it out. Joe Canellis in the 1 car. Yeah, at the tail end, we're going to go nose to tail. Chapman. Barber. John Hine up to P3s, up 4 positions from his start. Brandon Dittmer in the Coors Light, number 83, is in the final transfer. Dittmer's going to cut down, try to get on the fence, get underneath Barber. It'll be Dittmer at the line with one. Oh, my goodness. And no damage on, ladies and gentlemen. My good friend and Air Force veteran Michael Vitale will start on the inside of row number 1 with Chad Lackey in the 12 car to his outside. Dylan Kinsey in the 26. We'll have the 28 of Ed Harris to his outside in row number 2. Steve Maurer in the 8 machine. We'll have Gears Unlimited Zone Billy Roberts to his outside in the 99. 49 on the track. 99 in the scoring column here. Michael Vitale just got back from a late model show up in New York. Text me pictures, a couple pictures this weekend. Looked like they had a great time. Again, thank for his service in the United States Air Force. One more time around and we will go green for 6 laps. Again, no damage on, I believe, the top 4, moving straight to the 50-lap feature. It will be the 213 that takes us to the green flag. Pace truck makes its way to pit road, leaves the field to Michael Vitale in the 213. Green flag is out, ladies and gentlemen. We are underway. 6 laps to go. Vitale's going to slide up. Not much room up there to slide up. Chad Lackey has to move out of the way. Dylan Kinsey in that 26. He'll hop up in that position. Lackey's going to fight back. He's going on the inside. Good run in 3 and 4. We've seen that a few times so far. Lackey moves back into P2. Dylan Kinsey back to P3. Billy Roberts in the 49, I think, on track. 99 on the board. Moves up into that final transfer as Ed Harris and Steve Maurer fall out of transfer positions. If they don't get up there and get by that 99 of Billy Roberts, they're heading to the Consi. Michael Vitale getting it done, starting to put space between himself and Chad Lackey. Dylan Kinsey and Billy Roberts. That is your top 4. Steve Maurer and Ed Harris. Are they going to battle it out on lap 4 of 6? Coming to 1 to go. 213 car in 3 and 4. Got about just a tick under 1 second lead. White flag is out, ladies and gentlemen. 1 lap to go. Vitali, Lackey, Kenzie, and Roberts, your top 4. 2 more corners to navigate for the New York driver, Michael Vitali, coming off of 4, looking for the checkered flag. Vitali, Lackey, Kenzie, and Roberts, your top 4. Great battle to the end with Ed Harris and Steve Maurer. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll have 5 minutes of warm-up, so we will be right back.
They say it's a matter of time, 1,000 days and the sun won't shine before I come back to you. For your love I will go far, I wanna be wherever you are. I know I'm coming back for you.
Brother, it's good to see you.
My love is a river long, the best ride in a million wrongs. I know I'm coming back to you. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. Happy, nothing's going to stop me. I'm making my way home. I'm making my way.
Chatham grabs the checkered flag. He wins.
Back victories for Sam Bachman as he takes the win at the Port Royal Speedway.
Wins another one at the Knoxville Raceway. Blake Chapman wins.
A corner down here through the front straightaway. Watson gets the win here tonight.
Chad Greggs, Knoxville Nationals champion. But to the checkered flag, Clay Christopherson, your winner at Lernerville. Here they come off for turn number 4. To the checkers, Templeton takes the win.
Through the back stretch into corners 3 and 4 out here. It's going to be Watson for the win.
The 56 wins. First time winner Randy Streets.
But your winner at Weed Sports is going to be Brandon Templeton in the Salty Dog.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it wasn't set up right. We didn't want to put up a new session, and we were already running late, so we decided just to do 50 laps. Everybody thinks we can make it 50 laps, so that's the plan. So that's why it'll end at 50. Okay, thanks, Joe.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Getting ready for a 50 lap. Dean Reynolds and Jason Butterfield out on the Coast to Coast Racing Network checking in. See if we can get through the field. I'm not sure what to expect. Historically, C2C had some, I won't call them destruction derbies, but they weren't really kind races in the street stocks. But we'll see what we get here. See if we can get through the field. That is Ty Dixon on the front row. Steven Spees waiting for the 55 to grid. I'm hearing from the drivers they got 55 laps of fuel, or 45 laps. We're going to run 50 laps, ladies and gentlemen. At the 50 lap mark, we're going to shut it down. Not sure what that's going to do to the scoring or the official race, but that's a worry for another day. We're getting ready for 50 laps. You got Ty Dixon on the inside of row number 1, and the 13 car to his outside. That is Steven Spees. Michael Vitale in the 213. Clay Christopherson, Isaac Salas in row number 3. John Hine on the inside with Chad Lackey in row number 4. Sam Bachman in the 007. Scott Ryome to his outside. Brandon Dittmer and Dylan Kinsey in row number 5. Gavin Shaw, Mason Hine in row number 6. Matt Barber and Billy Roberts in the 49 on the track, 99 on your timing table. Jeff Kemper, Anthony Morano in row number 8. Randy Shreves, Ed Harris in row number 9. Greg Boydell and Joe Masso in row 10. Steve Maurer, Brandon Templeton in row number 11. Stephen Bixler, Bob Curtis in the 14. Joe Canellis, Zach Chapman, and Armando Di Melgusa did not make the grid. It'll be Ty Dixon that takes us to the green flag. We are 28 cars, 26 since 2 didn't show up. No damage. Not sure about cautions. We're going to shut it down at 50 laps. They supposedly have enough for 45. Green flag is out. Ladies and gentlemen, let the carnage begin. 67, that's Ty Dixon. He's going to go down on the inside. Clay Christopherson in a familiar position. 51 car rolling the bottom. Up front, we're going to go 3 wide, coming off of 4. Christopherson, Dixon, and Spees. Spees in the middle. He's going to look underneath Ty Dixon. He wants the lead. They're side by side coming down the backstretch. Good run by Spees down the backstretch. He's going to be able to move up in front of Ty Dixon. As Isaac Salas tries to get by on the inside, he's going to follow the 51 of Clay Christopherson. John Hine in the 71. He's going to get in line. Ty Dixon, your pole setter, is moving back as the caution comes out. I did not see a caution. Dylan Kinsey, let's take a look. Dylan Kinsey in the 26. That's the black and got green there. He goes in. They're 3 wide in front of him. That's, he just gets in the back of Sam Bachman. That'll take Bachman around. Jeff Kemper, nowhere for the 181 to go. And that is caution number 1. I'm not sure if cautions count in this race tonight. But Steven Spees, he moves up 1 and he takes over the point. Clay Christopherson will move up to P2. He's up 3 positions. Isaac Salas in the 5 car will be on the inside of row number 2. Looks like Ty Dixon held on to P4. And I just heard that caution laps do not count, so we will go 50 racing laps. Bill Calder, if you're out there, my friend, I hope you have a big smile on your face. This ought to let you know that there are a lot of people out here that really appreciate everything that you do. Again, I could not appreciate it anymore. Bill Calder Appreciation Week. We're going to do this all week long. 7 p.m. races for the Coast to Coast Racing League will be extra long. As the pace truck pulls off, leaving the field to Spees. Steven Spees. Good jump. Clay Christopherson is going to try to get down to the bottom. The 5 cars already filling that space. Ty Dixon in the 67. John Hine. Scott Ryome in the 4 car back in the battle. Oh, somebody around. Looks like Dittmer goes around. That'll bring out another caution. See what happened to Dittmer. I don't know if he got in the tire there on the inside in the... Yeah, he just got into that tire in the 83 and around he went. Quite a few cars able to drive through that. Steven Spees still on the point. Spees, Christopherson, Salas, Dickinson, and Hind, your top 5. Chad Lackey, Michael Vitale, Scott Ryome, Randy Shreves, and Billy Roberts round out your top 10. My teammate and great friend, the 31 of Brandon Templeton, missed the qualifying missed heat races in the dirt track back. Number 31 has moved up 12 positions from the start up to P14. The 1 car of Joe Canellis has followed him. Both of those cars have moved up 12 since the start in 14th and 15th respectively. So we made it 11 laps. As always, appreciate everybody that tunes in on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Justin Young out there cheering on Ty. Justin, welcome to the show, sir. Green flag is out. We're back underway. Speeds with a good jump. That'll leave Christopherson where he's comfortable. He was on the inside. He'll be able to go down. He's going to be followed by Isaac Salas and Ty Dickinson. Let's go on board with Dickinson, see what's going on with your top 3. You can see the track starting to slick up. You can hear Dickinson in there working the throttle as the 51 car and the 5 battle it out in front of the 67 of Ty Dickinson. Close pack at the front. Let's take a look back at the 49. That is Billy Roberts battling it out with Anthony Barano. Brandon Templeton had moved up almost one position. A little bit of contact. That's Scott Ryome able to drive out of it. That'll move Brandon Templeton into the top 10 for just a second. Greg Boydell back there in the 014 battling it out. Sam Bachman in the 007. Matt Barber in the 16 car kind of started. He's up 2. Started 15th, up to 13th. Steven Bixler is up 7 in the 75 ride. Jeff Kemper in the 181 started 17th, runs 17. Dylan Kinsey, saw him in an incident earlier in the night in the 26. Joe Canellis up 7 positions from his start in the 1 machine. There's races going on within the race. Looks like the hot spot. That's Michael Vitale and Morano going 3 wide. Michael Vitale in the 213. He's going to go up and make it 3 wide once again. 213 on the bottom, 32 on the high side. Billy Roberts slides up into Templeton. Scott Ryome in the 4 car in that mix. Up front, Isaac Salas takes the lead. Ty Dickinson, Chad Lackey, John Hine 4th, Randy Shreves. That is your top 5. Look out of the back of the 5 car. As a caution comes back out. Let's take a look. I don't show anybody on my scoring board. So not real sure what the caution was for. A familiar sight at the front of the field. That is Isaac Salas. So we do have lucky dogs. First car 1 lap down, which I have no idea who that is. But they're going to get a wave around. 51 goes in for a quick repair. Working lap 22 of 50. Jason Butterfield cheering on the Venom Racing gang. It will be the 8 car of Steve Maurer that gets the wave around, so that'll put him back on the lead lap. Isaac Salas will take the outside with Chad Lackey on his inside. On the inside of row number 2, it's Ty Dickinson. I apologize. Ty Dickinson on the inside of row number 2 with John Hine to his outside. Lights are off on the pace truck. Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready to go green on lap 24 of 50. Don't forget, this is going to get real interesting. The report from a few of the drivers was they had enough fuel for 45 laps. We have decided to take this one 50. So we'll see how that plays out. Sam Bachman in the 007 running back in 7th position. Randy Shreves on the 56 back there with him. Brandon Dittmer, we're going to go 3 wide, almost 4 wide. That's Shreves on the bottom. Dittmer. Scott Ryome in the skull, number 4 machine. He is the last car in the top 10. Billy Roberts just outside the top 10 with Greg Boydell. He's going to dig the bottom in the 013. Boydell up 10 positions. Anthony Morano. Anthony Morano in the 32 car, currently in 4th position. He has moved up 14 from the start. Driver out of Florida, he's running the bottom, as is Chad Lackey. Isaac Salas, he's on the high side. I know in the higher horsepower cars, that's where the 5 is comfortable. But they are going to go side by side, Lackey and Isaac Salas for the lead. It'll be Salas at the line. Anthony Morano, Ty Dickinson in the 56. Michael Vitale in the 213, currently in P6. Sam Bachman back in P7. As the caution comes out once again. I don't know if this is this caution or the last. The 31 car, Brandon Templeton, caught up in something. I'm not sure what. Showed up on my tracker here. Like the 31 goes into turn 1, slides to the outside. Oh, the 181 of Kemper up in front of Templeton. Nowhere for Brandon Templeton to go. So we're on lap 31, going to lap 50. We'll have green-white checkers. That is your leader, North Dakota driver Isaac Salas. We'll stay with him as we head towards the green flag. You can see the lights on the pace truck are currently off, so we should be going green. That is what's left of your field. Chad Lackey on the bottom side. Maybe Lackey was the leader. Chad, my apologies, sir. Lackey with a good jump on the bottom. Salas trying to fight back, gets a little bit loose, as does John Hine behind him. Samuel Bachman getting up there, battling it out. Thought about 3 wide, coming off of turn 3. Thought better of it. Anthony Morano up 14 positions in that 32 car. John Hine trying to get up and get a podium position. He's going to give a fender to the 5 car. John Hine using a big body car. He's going to use all of it. He'll get up and get past the 5 car of Isaac Salas. Salas now, Ty Dickinson to his inside. Oh, somebody around into the tire. And that'll wad up the field. Unlimited quick repairs, so Drivers can get back in the race. Chad Lackey in the 51 on the point. Looks like some damage on the front of the 014 of Greg Boydell. Clay Christopherson without a front clip. Gavin Shaw, his car's in decent shape. Who got the lucky dog? It will be... Not sure who that was. Brandon Templeton hits the tires under caution. You won't see that very often. Not from him, for sure. It's like that's the 28 car of Ed Harris with the wave around. Ladies and gentlemen, lights are off on the pace truck. Lap 39 of 50. Pace truck should exit this time by. Anthony Morano up 16 from the start on the outside of the front row. Lackey with a good start. Anthony Morano goes with Lackey. Now John, oh, he got into the inside wall. Kind of slinkies up the works. You got three cars going three wide. Isaac Salas on the high side. As the caution comes back out. Not sure who that was. Looking at my board. Anthony Morano, he's up 17 from the start. He is on the point in the 32. Chad Lackey, Brandon Dittmer are your top three. John Hine in the 71. Isaac Salas battling back in the 5. Ty Dickinson in the 67. Sam Bachman in the 007. He's up to P7. Dylan Kenzie in the 26. Michael Vitale in the 213. And Greg Boydell round out your top 10. See if the lights go off on the pace truck this time by, and they will. We're going green next time by. Let's go on board with Morano. Don't know what happened. There he is. Got his wife Sherry on board. Haven't seen that in a while. Ma'am, I hope you are well. Looks like, hope you're better than the internet, I guess, as the 32 car is blinking out. So we'll go on board with Chad Lackey as the pace truck makes its way to pit road. Green flag is out. We are underway. 32 car. Got some computer issues. They're going to take it 3 wide in 1 and 2. 4 wide for a second. The 51 car decides to back out of it. John Hine to the point. Got Brandon Dittmer to his outside. 32 car just keeps flashing in and out. That's got to be unnerving. John Hine slides back to third. Isaac Salas. John Hine used the chrome horn on the 5 car to his outside to move up in the field. See if Salas returns the favor. 32 car of Anthony Morano still rolling, lap 47 of 50. Morano, Dittmer, Salas now. 3 wide behind them, that's Ty Dickinson, Sam Bachman, and Chad Lackey 3 wide. Anthony Morano tried to put some space between himself and the field, and we're going to go 3 wide behind him. Isaac Salas drops out of the podium position. 2 laps to go as the caution comes out. It's like Brandon Templeton, just no space. So, Morano, Dittmer, Hine, our current top 3. We will get an interview with your top 3 at the conclusion of the race. Morano up 17, Dittmer up 9, and Hine up 4 from the start. Ken Isaac Salas, I have something in my gut that says John Hine in the 71 may have one coming. Lights should go off on the pace truck. We're going to go green, white checkers. No one has ran out of fuel yet. That's going to be interesting. It will be Anthony Morano taking us to the green flag. Pace truck should exit. Green, white, checkers. Green flag is out. We're underway. Dittmer and Morano are going to battle it out. Morano goes down low. He's going to slide to the high side. Dittmer's going to cross over and try to get the 83 to the point. Good run by Dittmer down the backstretch. He's going to throw a slide job. Slide way up high. That'll give Morano the position back. John Hine and Isaac Salas. Hine on the inside fence. Salas on the outside in the 5 car. Can they do it? Coming off of 4. Morano, Dittmer, Hine. We'll get a word with your top 3 here momentarily. as your top three lines up. The Anthony Morano up 17. Dittmer up 9. Get a word with your top three here. See who we get up in the broadcast waiting room. I don't see anybody yet. Still looking for John Hine here. I'm not seeing him. There he is. John Hine puts it on the podium. Hey, John, this is Joe. You got me?
I do. How are you, man?
I'm doing well. I was just saying on the broadcast, I haven't seen that 71 card. It seems like eons. Good run. Kind of crazy, man. You gave the chrome horn to Isaac Salas. I said these are full-body cars, and you used every part of it to get by that 5-car, man. How was the race?
It was a lot of fun. Isaac and I have raced a long time together, and I have to go back and look at it exactly. I really didn't mean to get into him. I think we kind of ran out of space there. I mean, this was all for fun, so I wasn't trying to be aggressive or anything like that. I was all the way down on the inside wall there, and so I was surprised at the grip. It was kind of cool. Those kind of races are fun because you can start up on the top and then you go to the bottom and you continually look for somewhere to go, and that's still fast. And man, that's a lot of fun. That's what makes dirt racing so much fun.
Yeah, indeed, man. Great run. Are you still running coast to coast that much? I haven't seen you. I've been out only the last couple weeks. Are you still getting a chance to run?
No, you know what? I haven't ran probably in a season or two. I mean, I'm still a member of the league and whatnot. I with Bass Pro Shops, I'm on the road now Monday through Friday, most 3 out of the 4 weeks of the month, and just a little bit difficult. But the nice thing is I think about November 15th, I think I come off the road until next year. So hopefully I can get in and throw some dirt around. And I kind of miss being here, part of all this, and but it's kind of nice to shake the dirt off. I don't think I've driven a dirt street stock in probably a year and a half, maybe 2 years.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I've been one. I got to tell you, it's kind of cool. This is the first time I broadcasted for C2C, and I don't even know, a couple years also. But man, it was cool to see all the cars, see you out there. And I was thinking of somebody else, and I can't remember who it was, but it's cool to see.
Spees was here for a while too.
Steven Spees, there you go. That's who the 55, and that's all guys that I got a lot of experience looking at their rear bumper over the years back in the day. So yeah, this is cool, and what a great cause, man.
Yeah, and Zach was able to do before he had to go do a broadcast. So it was nice to come here and support Bill Calder. I hope he's watching this and know that we're all thinking about him. And, that's what kind of drew us back here to do this one off here. A lot of fun and a great cause here. And, and the big message for Bill is, hey, stay strong, buddy. We're thinking about you. You've got a lot of folks, probably more than you'll ever know, pulling for you, wishing you all the best, man.
Yeah, 100% agree. Who do you want to thank on that 71?
Well, I want to start with thanking Salty Dogs and Mauer Fleet Management for putting this whole thing together this week. I want to thank, Bill. Not so much thank him, but just remind him that I'm thinking about him and really hoping for the best. And and Joe, thank you for picking up the broadcast here, man. It was a lot of fun. It's good to talk to you again. It's been a while, and guys, I guess if I don't see anybody until after the holidays, hope everybody has a happy holiday out there.
Yeah, man, you too. Stay safe.
Yes, sir.
That was John Hine. Let's see who else we got. Let's see if we got Brandon Dittmer in the 83. Brandon, this is Joe. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Joe.
Man, that was wild. I wasn't sure what to expect. I knew back in the day when I ran with C2C, we would do a street stock. I don't even remember what they called it, a frustration race. I don't know. It was just a mess.
Enduro?
Man. Yeah, there you go. That's a good word for it. That thing was a mess. I didn't know if I was expecting that or you guys actually put on a pretty darn good show, man. How was the 83?
It was actually pretty good. Obviously got into trouble there early, hitting the inside wall and collecting a bunch of cars. I'm really sorry to whoever I collected in that. That was terrible corner by me, but I was able to drive back through, kind of avoid the rest of the wrecks, and have a chance at the win at least. And of course, I just had to send it just a little too hard there and 2 to go and let Murano get back by me. But, sometimes that's just how it goes.
Were you worried about fuel?
At the beginning I was, but when we got cautions and they were counting, I wasn't worried about fuel after that.
Right on, man. Great run in the 83. Glad you had fun. It's all for a good cause for sure. Who do you want to thank on that Coors Light ride?
You for the broadcast, everybody behind the scenes for Coast to Coast, everybody helping with this week. Thoughts and prayers go out to Bill, of course. Hope he fights through this. And all the money we're raising for him is amazing. The new team, Venom Racing, boys over there are all great. Wow, did I really just blink? All the sponsors behind us helping out. That's amazing. And I do interviews somewhat often, and I still never get better at them. My mind goes blank.
I got the opposite problem. I can talk, but I can never get to an interview. Yeah, Jason Butterfield checking in for the Venom guys on the broadcast, so he's out there cheering you on, man. Good run in the 83. Have a good evening.
Thank you. You too.
Yeah, man. Our good friend, the husband of Sherry, puts the 32 car on victory lane. Anthony, this is Joe. You got me?
Hey, Joe. How you doing, buddy?
I'm well. How are you?
Ugh, tired. Work's killing me.
You were up 17 positions, I believe, from the start in the 32. I do have a question. Why did it take you so long to put FTM on the side of your car? You ran and ran and ran, and I kept waiting. I was watching. Why did it take you so long to put that FTM on the back of your car there?
It's been on the car for 2 years.
Has it really?
Not this one. I don't run this car very often, but yeah, it's been on FTM's been on my car since a little over 2 years.
That tells you two things. One, I'm old. And two, I obviously don't pay attention. I don't think we were in a race last week, I think, in C2C. How was the car, man?
It says FTM in a different spot. It says Swan Speed Shop in the modifieds on the back quarter panel. It's underneath.
Yeah, maybe that's what I saw. All I saw was the back of your car. So if it wasn't on the rear spoiler, I didn't see it. Great run, man. Kind of fun, right? In a street stock. John Heim was saying it's probably been 2 years. I can't remember the last time I was in a street stock, man. How was the track and how was the racing?
Yeah, it's not exactly a car we run very often. I don't think anyone really runs them a lot. I think last time I did one of these was an enduro race for Ty Dickerson. So it's been a minute, and they're fun to drive though. You can lean on people a little more without having to worry about hurting a car, except for the front bumpers fall off way too easy. But other than that, it's just the track was slick in the middle, but if you hit just above it, it was fast. And then the bottom of 1 and 2 was pretty good too. So as long as you just stayed out of the middle, you were all right.
So what was the strategy, man, starting that far back?
Learn to qualify better was the first thing. Then I wish it was 100 laps. I would have played it a little different, but it was just survival, and I figured everyone was going to be up around the top, so I just tried to roll the bottom as much as I could the first 20, 25 laps, and then start getting more aggressive moving around the track and trying to figure out where I could get the most grip and carry the most momentum.
Yeah, man. Whatever you did, it worked, right? You're in victory lane. A great run by you, man. I hope the family is well. Who do you want to thank on that 32 for a drive into victory lane?
I gotta thank my wife Sherry, the boys at FTM, Super Dirt Car, Swan Speed Shop, Vertex Graphics, Extra Installation, Casper Flagstone, Shaggy TV, Mr. Bixler there for coming in here and doing the adminning for this. Joe, you for doing a broadcast. Everyone at Coast to Coast, and this one's for Bill. Hopefully, he's feeling as well as he can be, and we get him in here to hang out or something. Just give him, talk to him a little bit, see how he's doing.
Yeah, man. It's definitely for a great cause. Good run by the 32 man, and congratulations.
Thanks a lot, Joe.
Yeah, man. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the Street Stocks to kick off Bill Calder Appreciation Week. That's going to run all week. The first race of the night starts at 7 p.m. It's going to be an extra laps in that race. All the points are cumulative. And although this is to appreciate Bill Calder, there's a payout in the end. The points, again, are cumulative. Greatly appreciate everybody having me on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Bill, if you're out there, my friend, prayers to you daily. Hoping that you recover enough to get back, to come back and have a conversation. I miss our early Saturday morning messages back and forth. I really miss everything that you have done for me. Started the league way back when as just a driver and moved up through C2C as the coordinator of admins. And when I moved over to Friday Night Lights, Bill, you were 100% supportive of me. Matter of fact, you still have complete control of my Facebook page. Greatly appreciate you, my friend. Get well and get back here so we can have a conversation, man. Everybody out there that tuned in, greatly appreciated. But again, this goes on all week long. So stay tuned right here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network for all the action. For everybody else, we'll see you when we see you. Have a good evening.
The goal at any given race is, of course, to win. And CrowdStrike, AWS, and DXDT were fortunate to achieve championship-winning results in 2020. We're extremely proud to be partnering with Operation Motorsport through our racing initiatives. Their program seeks to place military veterans in various positions inside a real racing team. The experience aids in their retraining, recovery, and rehabilitation.
So my name is Chad Failing. I'm a staff sergeant retired out of the United States Army. I am with Kevin Boehm under DXDT. You're getting creative. You're getting taught to think outside of the box.
We couldn't be more proud to be affiliated with this great program. In the spirit of giving back to the community and creating meaningful opportunities, we are committed to building a diverse motorsports platform with the amazing men and women who have served our country.